Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for its 28th year of NFL action. Just click the link below in my description box and sign up today. Long enough to cover the subject and short enough to keep it interesting. Welcome to Out Up My League. I'm Nick Diaz. Okay, this is the last deep dive. We'll go into Tennessee, and I promise we will move on to Florida tomorrow. So Harold Perkins' dilemma with LSU fans. I did not make my analysis of this clear enough on Monday's episode. I kind of rushed through it. So I will now quickly but thoroughly do it now to make it very, very clear where I stand. So the majority of LSU fans say that Brian Kelly and Matt House made a horrible, inexcusable coaching mistake with Harold Perkins by not playing him more. The excuse is bullshit. There's no excuse for it. I disagree with all of you. I completely and utterly, but respectfully, disagree with all of you who are saying that. No matter if it's media members, no matter if it's fans, whoever. See, when I hear everyone criticize Brian Kelly's reasoning behind not playing Harold Perkins enough, and I'm not being contradictory when I do this, I'm saying this because this is what I actually believe, but people who keep on saying this, they all say the exact same thing at some point. They say, well, find a way to get him on the field. It's the coach's job to find something that a player does well and make that player do it. Okay, everyone says this. Everyone. It's a cliche. The coach's job is to figure it out. Find something they do well and do it. All right, the only reason why everyone keeps saying that, I'm guessing it's because someone told you that cliche years ago and you keep on repeating it over and over and over again without ever stopping to think, is that actually true? All the time. It's like when your teacher said no excuses as to why you're late for school. So the rest of your life, you just keep on repeating no excuses, like a robot, without ever stopping to think, am I actually thinking for myself? Because, of course, there are excuses as to why you were late for class. You got hit by a car, your car broke down, a family member died, you fucking farted in the car and you shit your pants and you had to go home and change or else the whole class gets sick with salmonella. Those are excuses. Now, they all keep saying that phrase over and over and over again. The coach's job is to find something, but I don't think it means what you actually think it means. Because the problem with people saying that phrase about coaches finding a way to get them on the field is that y'all are completely contradicting yourself over and over and over again by saying that. So, to repeat, what did Brian Kelly say? He said the reason why they took Harold Perkins out of the Tennessee game was because he plays Sam linebacker. That's the outside linebacker. And the reason why he couldn't play that was because he would have had to play out against the wide receivers in nickel. And secondly, why didn't he play middle linebacker? Well, it's pretty simple. Harold Perkins cannot play middle linebacker. He is not good at playing middle linebacker. Michael Baskerville is a better inside linebacker. Greg Penn is a better inside linebacker. Harold Perkins is a true freshman who cannot play that position. So the LSU coaches, wait a minute, said, we're not going to put a player in a position to fail by making him do something he cannot do. And there's a good reason as to why Harold Perkins cannot play middle linebacker. Because the overwhelming majority of college freshman linebackers are terrible at playing inside linebacker. Matter of fact, Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com, who covers recruiting as good as anyone you know, I'm a huge fan of his, he said during fall camp over a month ago that Harold Perkins' high school coaches back in Texas told Mike Scarborough that they think Harold is going to struggle with picking things up defensively his first year or so because he didn't play linebacker full-time, and when he did, he was just bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody, and, well, it's kind of predictable. Reasonable, okay? So what did Matt House say at his press conference in the fall? He's the linebacker coach. He's the defensive coordinator. What did he say? He said, quote, we are only teaching Harold Perkins to do one or two things because he is not picking other things up right now as a freshman. That's what he said, which is what a good coach should say and should do. What are the two things you're good at right now? Pass rush and probably quarterback spy. Okay, we're going to do those things. Build your confidence up and do those things. I've heard Jacob Hester talk about how Harold Perkins has great instincts. He's a very freakishly athletic player, and he's very instinctive. But his eye discipline is not very good yet, as most freshmen are. Well, you know what it takes to defend Josh Heupel's offense? You know what that takes? A disciplined middle linebacker. something a freshman cannot do. See, Josh Heupel, for those of you who probably haven't done your research on this, Josh Heupel runs what Art Briles ran at Baylor. And Art Briles' offense that he innovated is called the veer and shoot. The veer and shoot. Now, we all know from our high school football days that the veer is an option offense. This is more of a pass offense that does, a little bit of both, but essentially the philosophy is the same. And the veer and offense is an option offense that puts players in conflict and tests their eye discipline. That's all it is. And that's what Josh Heupel's offense does from the spread. Well, then keep Harold Perkins at Sam linebacker, Nick. Wait. Okay. So your cornerbacks couldn't cover Tennessee wide receivers, but a freshman linebacker was. Okay, so Tennessee would have hung up 50 instead of 40. Okay, does that make you feel better? Well, okay, then I hear, well, fuck it, Nick, play Harold Perkins at middle linebacker. Okay, then he would have gotten fooled on every damn play. Which, by the way, Micah Baskerville and Greg Penn did not, for the most part. They did not. Well, Nick, it's the coach's job to find something. Alrighty then, coach. You tell me, what position would you have Harold Perkins play since Brian Kelly couldn't figure it out? Safety? Okay, so he doesn't have eye discipline to play the middle linebacker, but safety's a good spot. It's not fast enough to be on the outside in nickel, but safety's a good spot. Well, Nick, it's the coach's job to see what we're doing. We're in a circular argument. This is a circular, illogical argument that you're in. That's what I hear. And then the last argument I hear is, well, Brian Kelly gets paid $10 million a year to fix this problem. He should fix it. Ah, yes. That guy makes more money than me, so fuck him. He's an asshole. He should be smarter than the rest of us, that dick who makes so much money. Well, guess what? Brian Kelly is smarter than me and probably damn near everybody for the most part in college football. And by the way, Brian Kelly played linebacker in college. He told you why. And most of you just can't accept that because, well, Harold Perkins is a really fast, talented guy that looks cool in uniform, and he runs really fast, he's really strong, he's really cool, and he was a big-time 5-star recruit. So I'd rather lose by 40 to Tennessee with him making a bunch of mistakes out there than lose by 27 to Tennessee with him not on the field. Okay, if that's how you feel, fine. If you wanted him to go out there and just fuck everything up and get his ass handed to him and lose by 40 instead of 27 to Tennessee, God bless you. If that's what makes you, the fan, feel better because he's a 5-star recruit, okay. I've stated my case, but I'm not going to succumb to groupthink. Respect it or don't. Thanks for listening to Out of My League. If you like what you heard, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Or follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok in the description link below.